Ours cultivated
50
area.
50ヘクタール
But it's never accurate, of course.
でも全然正確じゃないです。
That's what we're trying to do, come up with all these statistics and everything. So, well, even the provincial government is through the ICHO, but they're having problems of their own. They don't have a coordinator now. Have you met Roscoe?
No, I saw Rebecca.
Rebecca, and then there was Roscoe
Roscoe.
during the time of Governor, this governor.
Maritan. Oh,
Yeah, no,
where this?
Habawel.
Habawel.
Yes, but he resigned. So ICHO is, I don't know what's happening with ICHO. The boat is sinking,
Like it's
apparently.
like UFO flying around.
Yeah. But
But I heard that Rebecca is back.
yes, but she's with the culture because there's this centrality of rice, and the rice there is in Ifugao culture.
まあ、彼の団体にとって一番の目的はその若い世代にそのイフガの文化をこう伝えていくっていうのが一番で、ここっていうのはそのライステラス棚田がなければもう何つってましたっけ Without rice terraces, there's no Ifugao.
There would be no Ifugao culture if without the rice terraces
もう
because
棚
it's
田
central.
がなければもうイフガの文化っていうのはもうないということになっていますそれをそのままの形にしていくためにまた逆に文化が必要文化を伝えていくっていうのは彼の基本
All of our young children are already going to school, and we're not asking them to come back and take care of the rice terraces. There will always be people who will take care of the rice terraces, but without the majority of the Ifugaos appreciating the effort, the labor that goes into maintaining the rice terraces, then the farmers can easily give it up within the next 20, 30 years, and then it will all be gone. Then
by children
yes, because you go to school, if you graduate, you don't come back as a farmer, and we have to accept that. But if these educated Ifugaos appreciate what the farmers are doing, what the people who are left in the villages, what they are doing about in maintaining the rice terraces, then there will be much support coming from the educated Ifugaos, and hopefully with that the farmers will still be encouraged to maintain the rice terraces.
今若い世代っていうのが、普通の学校に行ってるとで学校に行って卒業した後にまたこっちに戻ってきてでその人たちがもともと自分たちが持ってた文化っていうのをこう認識というか大切にしようという気持ちを持ってもらって次に継承するってことが、重要だと、次の世代につなげるでそれをやらないともう棚田自身がなくなってしまう。
And it's not just about being a World Heritage Site. In fact, when we did a random sampling survey a few years ago about if the Ifugaos know about there being a World Heritage Site, 90% of the respondents are not even aware that they were declared by UNESCO.
ここの人たちにとって世界遺産であるかどうかっていうのはあんまり重要じゃない。で住んでる人にインタビューしてもらったんですけど8割の人がここが世界遺産になったところ知らないんです。
But when we asked them the question if it is important to maintain the rice terraces as part of Ifugao culture, like more than 90% said it is very important.
この農家の人たちにでもここをこう守っていくことが大事かっていうふうにインタビューすると9割ぐらいの人はもちろん大事だっていうふうに。
We're not just giving any importance to the rice terraces just because it is a World Heritage Site, but it's a part of our identity as Ifugaos.
ここで棚田っていうのを大事にするのは別にここが世界遺産になったからっていうことじゃなくてこれが私たちの文化の遺産継承であるからだ。
多分日本はそう思ってたんですけど、あれなんですよ。
Yeah, well, our Japanese had same kind of idea, but it's been abandoned.
守ろうと
They
し
are
てたけど、
rice They tried to conserve it, but it's
守れ
abandoned.
なかったんですよ。
We
ほとんど
were not able to do that almost at all.
多分
I
ここ
think
も耕作放棄地だらけが見えてきたから、ということはその片鱗が 確実に現れている。
Well, and well, he sees well, several birds abundant, and well, he thinks it's almost same as the old time. How to say? The day the rice fields start to be abundant at that age.
Actually, some of the we are seeing a lot more areas being reclaimed to become rice terraces again. Compared as to when we before we started working here, like those areas used to be forested, and now you see they're clearing it just across the river. That was totally abandoned a few years ago.
あそこ対岸のところですね、今きれいに整備してますけど、数年前まではその上と同じに山だったと。で、それを今じゃあああいうふうにこう少しずつ持ち直しさせてる。
And I would love to think that it was because of our influence that the people are again encouraged to open some areas there.
So it's not directly, you know, you know, managed by Sutomo members, or just
No, it's
okay.
Sitmo doesn't manage any of the rice terraces.
バイニーナ、okay, バイニーナ。
Bainina, it's the
と
Bainina.
かれて数年前に復元されて、ここのまあ今日会えなかったお葬式に行っちゃった人たちが、まあ、コアの人たちで、その人たちがここを整備しようっていうふうに頑張ってたら、あんまり熱心じゃなかったメンバーも見習って、俺たちもやんなきゃっていうふうになって綺麗になったのがそこなんです。だから彼がいたのはそういうふうにこう伝染というか、そういうふうに広がっていくっていうのを狙ってると思いますね。
500人いてるからね。うちらがもともと800人おったんです。
In his place, there were 800 farmers living in before. 何人頃ですか？
今は20人ぐらい。
And now the population decreased to 20 people, from 800 to 20.
And also the land area where they're doing terracing would also have to decrease.
Well, actually, their place is all stone walled, very hard, and it won't be destroyed.
Okay, but
unlike
with lesser farmers, then lesser
Of
land
course,
area to
abundant,
become-
it's just barren land. But if you burn, the stone wall appears, then they can easily starting farming again.
It would be nice, but here in Ifugao, if you abandon our terraces and it goes for more than 10 years that's abandoned, it reverts back to the forest. It becomes impossible to cultivate again.
間上山の話をしてまあ、石組みがしっかりしてるんでほっといても焼いたらまたそれが戻ってきて、田んぼを作れるって話をしたら、ここはそういうふうにもう10年もほっとくと全部もう山にダーッと戻っちゃうので、
If you go into those areas, there you will find stone walls of old rice terraces. But now it's a forest, so you think you can? You'd have to spend a lot of money to put it back as terraces. So
all the stone wall in destroyed with the まあ石組みをしててもこちら結構水がダッと来たりして崩れちゃうね。だからもうそのままにしておくともう山になっちゃって、それを元に戻すってものすごい手間がかかるでしょ。In ancient time, there used to be a rice terrace up to the mountain top. Yes, so there were more rice terraces in the terrain. The situation
actually, if we are to believe the study done by the University of the Philippines in Los Baños, when they did a mapping of all rice terraces in Ifugao, there was, compared as to 100 years ago, there was a reduction of around 60%. So around, you only have like 40% of the original area.
フィリピン大学って東大みたいなのがあって、そこの農学部があるんですけど、そこがここを調査したら、その100年前に工作してたところと比べて6割減ってるって。だから今見えてるのは4割ぐらいなんですよ。
There's a photo by the American government, 1908, of Nagakadan.
1908年にここら辺を国史
No, from the road.
Mountain.
You can see the entire mountain, and most of it is terraced. But if you compare it with the photo now, it's like half of the area is only cultivated.
1908年アメリカ人が道沿いに撮った写真があって、で今のと比べると大体6割から減ってるだろうという予測。
違うと思うんですけど、フィリピンはまだそれでここで生活ができるからいいと思うんですけど、日本はもう米作ってて今生活できるレベルではない環境でしょ。
He's comparing the situation here and Japan, and in the Philippines here in Vietnam, they can survive by cultivating rice. But in Japan, just cultivating rice will not be enough to get enough income
Don't worry, we're going there.
心配しないで私たちがそこに行きます。
I think
To do what? To do what?
we're going towards your situation.
私たちのところもいずれそうなってくるでしょっていうのが We are going.
It goes also with the state of development of the country. Like Japan is an advanced stage of development, where agriculture is already like it's not the sole the source of revenue for the nation, and in fact it has become a marginalized industry. In the Philippines, agriculture is still basically agriculture. Around 80% of all the provinces are still engaged in agriculture.
Population-wise?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes, and it's basically rice. Most of the provinces in the Philippines are producing rice, and yet it's not still enough to feed the Philippines. Because we eat a lot of rice.
フィリピンはまだ8割人口ベースで8割が農民なんだそうです。で、みんな米作が中心なんだけども、それでもお米が足りなくて今インポート。
Yes, they're buying rice from all over the world. We have rice from the States, we have rice from Vietnam and Thailand.
US? アメリカとかベトナムとかそういうところはお米輸入してるんです。
And yet most of more than 50% of our agricultural produce is rice.
50% 以上の農業生産が米です。でもその経済的にはもうGNP かな、言ったらその GNP 農業っていうのはその主要なGNP のなんだっけ構成物じゃなくなってきてる。
In the Ifugao area, we are seeing this trend that because farmers are no longer only the rice terraces were originally constructed only to feed the people, which was like it's a subsistence thing, and before the coming of the Americans or the establishment of the Philippine government, people here only use rice as
consumption.
For consumption, but it's among the nobility. It's also it's like the main currency. You have rice, you can buy everything. But everything changed, and then people are going to school, so the farmer would need money for their children. You would have to, if you're going to the lowlands, you would have to pay for your transportation, something that they never did, say 70, 80 years ago. So with the changes in because of the development of a country, the agriculture would have to, I don't think we'd have to insist on saving the Ifugao rice terraces for the next 500 years, because life would change by then, and it will no longer be a necessity. It will not be needed by the people, just as now.
ここはだいたい1900年ぐらいにアメリカが来てフィリピンの政府を、カイラ政権が作ったんですね。でその頃のイフガオっていうのはお米で何でも買えたと。特にその貴族の人たちはお米を持ってれば何でも買えたって状態で、その他の人たちはお米自分たちで作って自分で食べてたっていう状態でも今になったらこちらに住んだ人たちも子供たちを学校に行かせなきゃいけない。それにはお金がかかる。あと里の方に置いていって何か買うし、そしたらお金がかかるし、車行くのもお金がかかる。そうするともう生活スタイルがもう全然違ってきてしまう。例えば私たちは500年この棚田の風景を残せるかってそういうことはもう考えられない。もうライフスタイルそのものが全然違ってきてしまったんじゃないか。